All right. Well, I'll just take another 15 seconds. Actually, just if you have no way to introduce yourself, don't do so. Introduce yourself. If you already introduced yourself, go ahead and use the line. That way we have a clear line. All right. Okay. I can tell you're getting some text messages. Go ahead and let us know who you are, where you're calling from, and we'll rock and roll.
Nancy Hudson, St. Louis, Missouri.
Thank you. All right. All right. Well, good evening, everyone. And it's morning over here. I'm actually excited to be on this call. As usual, as always, it's morning time over here. It's 9 a.m. and it's a wonderful, wonderful day over here in Southeast Asia. Got a lot of great things that I want to cover tonight, but I'm absolutely excited that I'm going to highlight and feature someone who I have a tremendous amount of respect for, and this young man has shown himself to be an incredible leader. Okay, and is such an incredible leader. We worked close, well, not closely, but I knew him. I still haven't been to his country, but I know him from his work ethic, and that's from a previous company. And now just watching what he's been doing and how he's doing it, just an absolute exciting experience to watch him do and grow. And he has a couple of topics he wants to touch on tonight. And I feel a privilege to have him kick off this call here. I want to make sure, all right, good. I see him here. But let's just go ahead and maybe I have to unmute the line. Yes, I see you. I got you. You're, there you go. I've unmuted you. And look at this. I'm about to make you the spotlight video. There you are. Come on. There you are. All right. Well, Mr. Gordon Stenhuijs, really happy to have you as our spotlight speaker for tonight, and really excited about all the things that you've been doing. Let's see. The last time I saw you, it was it Bangkok? Was it Bangkok?
Yes, it was Bangkok.
Yeah. So just happened to run into you in Bangkok, Thailand. And just to watch what you and your wife are doing, and just really blazing a trail. What I'm most impressed by is how you were able to grab an opportunity, and having already been involved previously in another business, and had a degree of success, and I won't say what that degree was. Notice I'm not going to say you didn't have any success. I'm not going to put that on you, okay? But you had a degree of success, okay? And to whatever that degree was, I know you weren't satisfied with it, but within a short amount of time, you were able to just get together with your sponsor and your mentors, and really just dig down deep and put a game plan together that literally has shifted and taken a country to a whole nother level. And I know you're traveling and inspiring a lot of people. So with that, I just want to turn the call over to you, Mr. Gordon Stenhuijs, and I'm just going to, kind of fade to black and welcome you. Good evening, sir.
Thank you. Good evening, Mr. Hartley. Wow. This is it's a privilege actually to be able to add some value to your call. And I as I was reflecting a few minutes ago when you sent me the text, to be ready, and going back to the in a Skype call. I don't know if you if you can still remember that. We were involved in a previous company, and I was I researched you on internet, and I saw your website, and I thought by myself, wow, I really want to get connected to these kind of people, these kind of leaders, people who are actually success that I am looking for. And look at us today working together, and wow, this is very humbling, and it's a privilege, Mr. Hartley, and I do want to thank you for this opportunity.
You're so welcome, sir.
As thank you. So, what I want to the value that I want to share with all the listeners tonight is, I'm actually not at my home. My partner setting up some we're setting up some videos, as you can see, some setting up some commercials. You know how the game is played, Mr. Hartley. We need to expose the success, expose the quality that we bring to the market. So we're now busy setting up some videos, as a matter of fact. But what I want to share with all my fellow business partners and people and members of this call is I think the biggest challenge, because we are in an industry of people. We are in a people industry. It's network marketing is a people's business, and because of that. And most of the people who join opportunities like this, most of the time they're already involved in the corporate world, either as an employee or maybe as a business owner. But most of the time, we enter this industry from a position of being an employee. Am I right? Does it make sense what I'm saying? That is generally the number of people that that are in a network program. And the challenge in that for me, from my point of view, is that in order to create to be responsible for your own success, to be the CEO of your own business. What I have experienced, not just from my own life, but also working with people, not just in Suriname, but all over the world, is that the challenge of being consistent when it is your business, compared to the consistency that people usually bring to the table when they are employed, because one, they are obligated to be at work, to show up, because the salary depends on that, the monthly wages. But when it is your own business, I believe the challenge that people are facing is to be consistent in what they are doing in order the desired success. I believe that is that's one of the big challenges in our industry, and that's why I like working together with people like you, Mr. Hartley, because the mindset, the paradigm shift, and that's why I appreciate. Let me just say this: I believe all of us on this call, and because I see you traveling, supporting teams all over the world, and I know you and I, we don't talk a lot, but just by following you, I know that you are in the stage now of leaving behind a legacy. That you are really now printing your stamp in generation. You look very young, but I know that there's some years of experience. So I know that. And the challenge to overcome the paradigm shift, and that's why it's so important. And I encourage every single person on this call to plug in your team, plug in especially the newbies, the people who just joined who just joined you and maybe just got involved in the whole network marketing industry, make sure to plug to the system, because it is a challenge. Let me be honest with you. I'm working with a lot of people, and sometimes people are scared because, you know, working for a boss, it gives you a certain level of security, a certain level of comfort, because number one, you just have to make sure to show up at the job in order for your boss. And number two, your boss will pay you just enough for you not to fire yourself. Does it make sense what I'm saying? Let me repeat that. In the corporate world, you know, in general, people show up at the job and put just enough effort in order for the boss, the not to fire them. And the other side of the coin is that the employer is going to pay you just enough for you not to quit that job. And a lot of people are comfort in that zone. They're comfortable. A lot of people are comfortable in that zone. And I believe that is the biggest challenge when getting involved in an industry right now, where you are getting paid not just for showing up, but also for your skills, for skill set. And I believe that's a challenge that every single one of us, and especially if you're working with teams now, if you are, you know, if you are making that shift into leadership, meaning you're building a structure, because that's the fundamental fundament of this industry. You, in order to succeed in this business, you have to become a leader.
Huh?
You have to become a leader. So I think somebody's mic is on. So I with regards to making that transition from
Okay, I think we may have lost Mr. Gordon Stenhuijs here. I know he's talking. All right, guys, I'm here, and I want to. Gordon, Gordon, can you hear me? Gordon, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah. Let's go ahead and check.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, we got you back. Thank you, sir.
I'm back.
We lost you for a moment, though.
Okay. Yeah. Where did I stop? Yes. Yeah. The challenge of taking charge, becoming the CEO of your life, of your business, while making the transition of a employee mindset, but while making the transition that, you know, if only I stay safe, you know, if only I show up enough, if only I effort in order for my employer not to fire me, you know, that safe haven. If you want to become successful in this industry, the challenge will be the paradigm shift of, you know, achieving maximum success no matter what it takes. And, you know, that is a mental, psychological, spiritual journey, you know, which every single one of us have to go through. And that's why I'm so thankful for the leadership of people like Mr. Hartley, people who went through it all, in order to be able to share with us that, listen, look out, this corner is a bit, you know, it's a bit slippery. You better watch out, or you better have a fixed grip on your steering wheel. You know, having in this industry is so important. And sometimes you will have mutual mentors, you know, more than one mentor. But ladies and gentlemen, while making a transition from a employee mindset into becoming successful in this industry, because the whole basis for this industry is the ability to move and to lead people. In order to move and to lead people, you will have to move and lead yourself. So, and I believe that the level of success that you will be able to lead your group towards is the level of success that you decided to lead yourself towards. So if you are satisfied with mediocrity, if you are, you maybe you're in this industry with the attitude of, let me put effort in order to, because as I said earlier, that is the mentality of most people, not all, but most people in the corporate world. That's their mentality. But in this industry, if you have the same mentality, I'm sorry, you will not make it to the top. Not make it to the top. You need to get to the position. You need to get to the level of that brutal state of mind that no matter what, I need to succeed. No matter what it takes, I need to succeed. And I'm willing to stretch myself beyond. I'm willing to stretch my skills beyond. I'm willing, and that's why, that's why I'm so glad to be around this leadership in this company, because working with Mr. Hartley, working with Mr. Sambo, working with Mr. Chester, working with the set of leadership, it's a choice. These guys, they will, I had a privilege of having Mr. Sambo and Mr. Anderson past week in Suriname, and they literally kicked me out of my comfort zone again, because silently you can slip. And Mr. Hartley, you can refer to some private messages that I exchanged with you, and that's the importance of being in a pack, to be in a pack of lions, to be in the pack of wolves, because whenever you are slowing down, because they are moving at a certain, you will it won't take long for you to notice that you're slowing down. And that's the importance of aligning yourself with the right quality, the right level, because you will notice very quick when you are losing pace. Does it make sense what I'm saying, guys? Because I'm calling in from my I'm not able to see you all, but I'm sure that I am making sense. So having the mentality of consistency in achieving in your own success, even actually with a more discipline, a higher discipline than working even for your own boss. And I'm talking to people. I'm now mentoring a young lady who both of them are very occupied, and and in the process I could notice how the challenge of own skills, efforts in order to achieve success. How can I explain it? The fear I could sense at the point when we were, of course, talking about their future, and I could literally feel the emotion, a little bit of fear of jumping and letting go of that area of security, that zone, that safe zone. This couple was literally challenged, and I'm glad they took the jump. They jumped, but I could experience the emotional challenge that they were facing of making the decision to not rely any longer on the job, not rely any longer on that option, that safe haven, and taking charge of their life by really embracing it and to run with this opportunity. That mental switch, and you know, I'm not too long in this industry, but I am in the industry long enough to recognize when that happens, because I went through it. Me and my wife, Sharon and I, we made that switch. So I am able to recognize it, and I saw that switch in their eyes. I experienced them making that switch, decision that we are not going to rely any longer on that safe zone called the job. And once you made that switch, the next step will be consistency. Consistency, because we are in an industry where you are actually rewarded for your skills. Yes, you're not rewarded for showing up. I'm gonna be honest with you. And Mr. Hartley, he mentioned it a lot of times that, you know, it's nice that you are on the call and that you will, you know, after the call you will send a text that, wow, I'm blessed, I'm encouraged, I'm empowered. But if you are not developing the skill set of a professional, if you are not becoming, because there is a certain dynamic, there is a system, there is a set of skills required to do this thing accordingly. And that leads me to the next point, having success habits. And I need to salute Mr. Hartley for having the book club. Because one thing that is recognizable in the corporate world, you know, you can see people doing their job, being involved in a position, in a company, in the corporate world, not investing much in personal development. And I see a question in the book club I'd like to join. Yes, please connect with us after this call, and we will be happy to guide you towards the you know, to get involved in the book club. But in this industry, and I always say that to all my team leaders, at least 1 to 2 hours a day consistently. And when I say a day, I mean 7 days a week. At least 1 to 2 hours consistently self-education, you know, taking rid of all the unsuccessful files that you have been programming for past years. Because let's be honest, your current financial position, your current financial results is the sum total of all your thoughts that you have been playing in your head, all those decisions that you have been making for the past years, you know. So in order to create that success, in order to move yourself and your team to of success that is required, that is how you say it, that is wow, my English challenging. All right, but that is wished for, you know, the success that you deserve. In order to move to that level of success, one of the success needed, one of the success habits will be consistent development, consistent personal development, consistent reading, consistent listening to tapes, consistent being connected with your upline, consistent as also mentioned in one of the mentor, you know, how you say it, reflections with your upline, because you cannot self-correct, you know. Yes, I've been taking notes. I've been taking notes in the mentoring calls. So you cannot self-correct. So in order to move, to shift to the next level, you know, you need to get yourself connected to your mentor. So, you know, in closing consistency in doing the right things, the skill set, and of course, let's be honest, guys. Let's be honest. Let me share this with you. My first encounter with network marketing was when I was studying in Europe. I was still a student, and a lady introduced me to my first. No, sorry, my father actually in Holland introduced me to my first network marketing company, and it was a company involved in telecommunication. And I remember like yesterday, I was a student, fresh from Suriname, you know, adapting to the European culture, getting involved in this network marketing industry, totally amazed, you know, totally in love with the industry, but with no level of mentorship and support as what we are having now. You know, the level of support and mentorship that I am experiencing now, I wished I had that 11 years ago. You know, I wished I had that 11 years ago. Let me share this with you. It is actually, Mr. Hartley, to be honest, it was actually the first time I could really refer to having a level of leadership, of mentorship, of support. And you know, even though I was involved in the industry for years, taking some huge steps, even launching a company in Suriname, you know, being the representative from a corporate side in Suriname. Man, this thing is what we have now, thanks to Mr. Hartley and the total leadership in this company. Man, this is off the scale. This is off the scale. So, Mr. Hartley, I want to thank you for the opportunity. I hope that I contributed some value to this call, to the fellow members, fellow leaders, you know, in this who are joining in this call. I noticed that my connection is maybe a bit challenging, getting on and off. So, Mr. Hartley, thank you for the opportunity to share my heart with the group.
Stay right there, because you know, I'm going to give all of the participants that are on the call tonight an opportunity to not just thank you. You go ahead, you know, here's a real good opportunity to use that chat box that's off to the side. I know some of you guys use it occasionally, but here's a real good opportunity so that you can thank Mr. Stenhuijs for this great information. You may see him showing up on your screen as Sergio Matthew, but that's not who he is. You have just heard from the impeccable, incredible Gordon Stenhuijs. And sir, I'm sitting here, guys, taking notes, got my pen and paper, taking my notes, and, really excited about the things that I heard from you tonight. And, you know, it's so amazing because, you know, I guess I'd have to see if I can snag a picture from a training I did here. Now watch this, okay? You're worried about your English. I did this training, and the entire group of individuals spoke another language, and I think maybe 3 people in the room spoke English, and only one of them spoke English fluently enough to translate for me, okay? So you you have nothing to worry about. But what was ironic is the topic that I covered, and I think I want to have us continue right in that vein, because my 3 topics. I mean, it was a very extensive training, but I wanted to really highlight 3 very critical points. Which, number one, how in this industry it's important to be excited. Now, this is not what you said, okay? So, guys, while I'm shifting and talking, I would like you guys to go ahead and congratulate Gordon here for the great job he's done. But I wanted to share with you, just a few days ago, did this training. And number one, the first point was be excited. And the second point was to develop skills. And the third point was to be dedicated and disciplined. And wow, were you reading my mind? Because I know you weren't in the room. Gordon, I know you were not in the room. Okay? But
I was not there.
You were not there. I can assure you. I was the only one in that room that looked even remotely like me. So tell me a little bit about, and I have some things I'd love to share, but give me a little bit. I mean, I think everyone could hear as you were talking that there was a high degree of excitement, and the excitement was building, okay? I can actually even tell that you were making every effort to restrain and or contain yourself. I know what I'm talking about because it happens to me all the time. When you're behind a computer and you're seated and, you can't really reach out and touch the people, you're trying to, you don't want to jump in the screen. But tell me a little bit about what you feel, and we can have this continuous dialogue for the remainder of the call. But tell me what you feel about the importance of being excited. I think last week, if you were on the call, someone sent me of that Winnie the Pooh character, and I'm not going to start with it again tonight. See, there we go. See, I knew people would be falling out of their chairs. Jackie John, he's probably on the floor right now, remembering that Winnie the Pooh character, Eeyore. And folks don't seem to understand how important and how truly important it is to be excited. Why don't you take a few minutes and just tell us a little bit about, what you found about being excited?
Definitely, Mr. Hartley. Now, listen. Let me use a life example of actually a few days ago. As I shared previously, visit of Mr. Sambo and Mr. Chester was at the right time because I needed it. Not just my team, not just the Suriname team, not just the organization, but I personally needed that. So emphasizing on being involved in the right clan, in the right pack, that's a classic example. But Mr. Sambo, right? Mr. Sambo, and he refers to himself as a quiet guy in private, a shy guy. But man, if you experience this guy in front of a crowd, cannot help then actually to adjust your frequency to his frequency. and something struck me, Mr. Hartley. Because it's spiritual. It is spiritual because I was sitting in the audience when Mr. Sambo was doing his thing. I thought by myself, because I'm going to be honest with you, this is the results that I'm having right now to marketing industry. It sometimes I need to pinch myself to to make sure that I am not dreaming. The level of freedom. And Sharon is on this call, my wife, she can refer to that. Being able to wake up in the morning when you sleeping, when you're done sleeping, even that point already, even that makes me excited. Because then I usually we take care of the children. We prepare them for school. And they are picked up by the school bus. And then Sharon and we have a habit of making coffee or tea and going on our veranda. In Suriname we have a tropical weather, so we go outside and we sit and we can see all the people rushing towards their job. And you could tell that some of them are already late. You can the expression on their face already frustrated in the morning. And Mr. Hartley sitting every morning sipping my tea or my coffee. The level of gratitude that we are involved, that we have an opportunity, that actually gives us freedom. We have an opportunity that actually can grant us peace of mind. You know, and being about that and sharing the opportunity with somebody else, thinking back to the feeling and actually understanding what is the product with somebody. It's not money, it's not making extra money, it's lifestyle, it's freedom. So it's like, you know, when I share this with people, it's like telling people, hey, listen, gold, and I need some help because it's too heavy. Can you come and help me? We found gold, we've struck gold. So the importance of being excited, sometimes you don't even need to explain the compensation plan. People are not interested in let me tell you, people are not interested in one coin. People are not interested in one life. People are interested in freedom. That is what people are interested in. You know, so even though you will give them another program tomorrow or something else the day after tomorrow, as soon as they can feel the energy, they can feel the frequency that you are on a frequency of happiness. You are on a frequency of excitement. You are on a frequency of freedom. And referring to all those personalities, the different colors, the blue person, the red person, you know, or the yellow person. I believe one is the green person. Referring to all those personalities, you know, in your pitch, in communication with somebody, in your relation building with somebody, you will be able, and that's why I always do the best to be myself, you know, to be myself. And one skill, I must say, one habit, one skill, and I was referring to being consistent in what you do, and being consistent in your business because you are the CEO. I referred a little bit of having success habits, like reading, personal development, connecting with your mentors on actually a daily basis. But the skill of turning on your own level of excitement, deliberately start practicing to deliberately be glad. When you start doing that, you will be better. Be deliberately happy despite the circumstances. I believe, Mr. Hartley, I don't know what your take on that, but I believe that that's an important issue. Do you agree?
Well, here we go.
I thought on the fifth.
All right, let's do it. Someone else is speaking. I'm going to mute us, and that means I have to go and find you and unmute you. Okay, so just stay with me while I answer. You know what?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
You were red walking.
Wait.
I thought it said it said my phone.
Wait. I muted everybody, and I'm still here talking. Somebody's overriding the master list. Okay, I think I got it now. Hold on. Now let me go unmute you. Okay, let me find you. Okay, I gotta find you. Where the heck is Sergio? Well, anyway, guys, let me just tell you this. I love what you just said. I mean, I'm excited about what you just said, which is the fact that, okay, yeah, good. You unmuted yourself, right? Good. You're back, Gordon. Gordon, you're here.
Yeah, Yes, I'm back.
You know, you have to develop, and you know what? I'm going to write that into my personal training outline because, you know, I do a segment, and I spend a lot of time talking about the skill of prospecting, the skill of presenting, and then the skill of promoting. But you just, you know, gave me a skill I really want to talk about. Okay. Listen. Thank you. Someone just pointed out that might be unmuted. There we go. Let's go ahead and mute that one. There you go. Thank you. But that skill, I mean, let me see if I can paraphrase it properly. The skill of deliberately being happy, being excited.
Yes. And the more and the nice thing about it, the more you do it, the better you become at it, and it makes you happy.
Well,
It's so simple and easy.
you know, I want to take that away because it's not so simple, but it is so simple. Does that make sense? It's not so simple, and it comes like
It
every
makes sense.
other skill that needs to be developed in this incredible industry. You know, I was just chatting with someone in America, and they were asking me some questions, and I was just saying, I mean, you know, do you know how powerful it is to have you here tonight? Because we see your success, we see what's going on, we see your rise, but no one wants to realize. I mean, see, most people are so comfortable looking at themselves and their own situations that they won't look and say, I wonder what Gordon has to go through to elevate his excitement to that level.
Yes.
Oh, wait.
Yes.
Let me go a little bit further. Let me go a little bit further. You see, because Gordon can't have any problems like normal, average people, okay? You know, it's even worse than that. People like me, simple guy like me, you say that you see me traveling and, you know, raising the bar, et cetera, et cetera. I got normal problems too. I'm a real human being, okay? That I'm on the other side of the world right now, away from every creature comfort that I have created in my world, okay? Does that make sense to you? I am not having the luxury of my own car, my own bed. I have a certain amount of clothes, and every so often I'll go buy something new just to feel good. Like I bought this new T-shirt. You know, I bought a new T-shirt when I was in Thailand because I wanted to have something different. Okay, because when I'm home, I have the luxury of being able to pick and choose and, you know, choose what I want to eat and blah, 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 blah. They don't understand that in order for you or me or any one of us that have already attained a degree of success, what it takes to rise and continuously excited. Because we've got the same dilemma, okay? We've got the same challenges, okay, and many of us, but at different degrees. And I hope somebody's getting this, you know. We might not get a lot of comments or a lot of comments on this part because this is going to make a few people uncomfortable. But when you have the same challenges, the same type of dilemmas, the same type of consequences for your actions and your inactions as everybody else, you know, at the highest possible levels, you now have to work harder to maintain the excitement that becomes so attractive to other people. You see, that's a skill. It ain't easy to wake up in the morning. You know, a brother sent me a message and he let's see if I can find it. He sent me a message a couple of days ago, and I was so moved by this message that I think it's only appropriate to take just a half a minute and look for it if I can. Yeah, here he is. He said that when he was reading this, he thought of me, and it said that a real man is the kind of man that when his feet hits the floor each morning, the devil says, "Oh crap, he's up." Now, I don't know about you, man, but I want the enemy thinking, yeah. I wake up when I'm done sleeping. But when I'm done sleeping, the enemy says, man, he's back at it again. I'm going to have to put some things in his way. Hold on a second. I don't know who's unmuted. We got some echo in here. See, there's the enemy again. There he is. Watch her. Somebody see him at work? All right. Somebody go ahead and get somebody to mute themselves. But I want the enemy thinking like that. I want the enemy behaving and having to throw snares and darts and everything else that you can imagine. I want him thinking like that because that's just when you know you're doing the right job. And you know, it's so important. that we stay focused on, we have to develop the skill. It's easy to succumb and surrender to all of the elements that come our way. Does everyone agree with me? Can I just kind of show everybody, and let's see if I can get some visuals. Can I get some acknowledgments, maybe a thumb up? Hello, maybe from the great state of North Carolina. How about the great country of North Carolina? Can we get a thumb up? Because guess what? Tomorrow, it's your tomorrow. Mine has already started, okay? Mine has already started. My tomorrow has already begun. But your tomorrow, when you wake up and hit the floor, enemy's got to be able to say, watch out, he's at it again. Here he comes. He's come back now to take over and change the game. Is that the skill you're talking about? Let me get you over here. I'm going to unmute you there. Let me unmute you there, Gordon. I see you're here. Oh, Gordon, are you there? Gordon, I see you there as yourself.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah,
All right.
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear. So is that the kind of skill? I mean, what you think about that statement, that a real man is the kind of man that when he wakes up in the morning, feet hit the floor, devil says, oh crap, he's up. Here he comes.
You know, Mr. Hartley, every morning we happen. You can either go through that day as a victim or as a victor. And I believe that once we made the decision, and as you said, it's not simple, but at the same time it is simple. So every morning, because the problem that I'm facing, is maybe even harder than the problem that somebody is facing who does not have the level of things, not success I have. But let me just give an example. Bangkok, and I think it's 1-2 weeks. Me and my wife, we had a miscarriage, 6-7 months pregnancy, and we lost the child. And we were at the point we already decided that we need Bangkok in order to represent our group. That decision was made. So when we lost the child, of course, emotionally, we were at a crossroad to make the decision to skip Bangkok, because actually, Mr. Hartley, the plan was for me to go alone to Bangkok, and you saw me with Sharon, my wife. That decision to bring her along was made after we lost the child, because we had the decision to either I as a man, as her husband, I had to make the decision to either skip Bangkok and stay with her, because it's an emotional experience of us, mostly for her. And it was a hard decision, but the decision was not just for ourselves, it was for our entire group, it was for our entire team. We needed to be there to experience the new blockchain, to experience the vision of the company, to experience, of course, being together with the leaders. I think that was my July, August, September. Yes, my 3rd month, my 4th. Have success, because my first month, from the first month I started, there were olds, and I called the gorillas that I needed to knock off my back. So even though we were having success, it was not at the level yet that, you understand what I'm saying, that you can say, okay, let's get a ticket, or, let's just fly over to there and fly over to there. No. We were not at that level yet. But the decision to win this, not just for yourself, but for your team, I believe that's what the gentleman was referring to when he told you that the moment Mr. Hartley steps down his foot out of his bed, because I know that up there, we also are facing challenges. And I know that you have your own challenges. I know all the leaders, they have their challenges. And still being on Sunday, on the dot, every Sunday, and after these calls, investing numerous hours in other people, Mr. Hartley, I must salute you. I must salute you. You are a phenomenal job, and the legacy will be established. Trust me, it will be established.
And I thank you for that. Unwittingly, we get so habitually conditioned, and it's a choice. We get habitually conditioned either to do, as you just stated that I do, or habitually conditioned to not do what most need to do. Does that make sense to you? I mean, habitually conditioned, because all of these things are a choice, and it's amazing. It's amazing how, these choices that we make in our lives can have an overall impact, not just on ourselves, but on people all around the world. I spoke jokingly about being the only person in that room last week that even remotely looked like you or I, and only 3 people spoke the language, and only 1 spoke fluently enough that could translate. But somehow the information was being communicated, and information previously had been communicated so that they were there and out and ready in full standings. So realizing that it's a choice. It's really a choice. It's a decision that you have to make, because, I leaned back for a minute as I was listening to you speak, and I was reflecting. Let me tell you what I was reflecting on. I was reflecting on seeing you and Sharon as we were down at that little restaurant downstairs at the Erewhon Grand Hyatt. And I could tell something wasn't 100% with her, but she had, that champion face on. And I didn't know what it was, and you didn't tell me what it was. But my intuition said something was not 100%. And I couldn't know. I would never have even remotely thought that was the case. But, realizing now that both you and she, because most people will choose the path of least resistance. Most people will choose the path of easy. I was talking to somebody last night about how sometimes things seem, or they want things to be easy. And I'll let you understand something. Last week, I was in, where was I? I was doing this call from Kuala Lumpur. Today, I'm doing it from Ho Chi Minh City. Next week, I'm not sure. I think I will be in Osaka. I have to check the calendar to see exactly what time the flight is. But it's not easy. But nothing worthwhile, nothing that you do worthwhile will ever be easy. And there'll be things that you'll do right. And then there'll be things, and I don't want to say you're going to do things wrong, but there'll be things that you'll have to do that you got to get better at. You're going to have to reflect and say, missed the mark on that one. Guys, let me look at the gallery view and see how many of you guys can truthfully say that you are bold enough and humble enough and open and honest enough to know that you occasionally miss the mark on some things. You don't always get it right. I don't know if it's my delayed screen here. Okay, I see some images popping up. But guys, how many of you know that you miss the mark sometimes? Give me a thumbs up. I know I do. I was sharing with a guy last night that had every objection you can imagine as to why digital currency doesn't work or wouldn't work, can't work. Obviously, he's been living under a rock for the last 4 or 5 years, but I just had to go back and show him just some statistical analysis, some history of just from August of last year to current time. And what I shared with him, and I couldn't find enough statistics fast enough, okay? But I didn't really need to, because I think the basic premise was this. There's no coach. I mean, even if you look at the Super Bowl from last week, and some people were wondering if I was going to do some more teaching on football teaching on how a Super Bowl is won. But I gave the statistics of the favored team, and that favored team did not have 100% record. Okay, what that means is that there are wins and there are losses. There is right, meaning you may be right and you may be off the mark. And when I think about the fact that you cannot relegate yourself to getting hung up on the losses and the things that go wrong, okay, the things that go wrong, you have to realize that, hey, anything and everything can go your way when you make the decision to be positive, you make the decision to be excited, you make the decision to wake up every day developing your skill. I have someone in this group who gets so excited every day to share and highlight and enumerate the different skills that they're developing each day. And I'm proud to see that development, because this is a people business. When I tell you I'm proud of Gordon, because I can watch his development. I can watch his wife. I see, and that's what I'm saying. I'm seeing it in their minds and in their eyes and in their, in their walk, their talk, their spirit. The question is, and I want to leave you with about 2 minutes to close out on this call. You spoke about the mentorship and the commitment and the leadership and the so on and so forth. My philosophy is that everything that's being given, the instruction that's being offered, the direction, the guidance, the leadership, the mentorship, everything you can imagine, that every single person that is on this call here tonight has equal opportunity to be financially free and live that freedom lifestyle. And it's going to only be a decision of yours whether you make it happen or not. Sir, 2 minutes. Take it away.
Thank you, Mr. Hartley. So, in closing, let me just this to you. I'm really going to be open tonight, and because Sharon was texting me, because you have to understand, I'm not at home. You with who is editing some videos of Mr. Marvin and Mr. Chester and myself, and Sharon is on the call. She's at home, and she just privately texted me, and I hope she doesn't mind me sharing with this in the group. But let me share this. Mr. Hartley, what a lot of people did not know is that Sharon she fainted in the hotel room, because after we lost the child, there was fluid was going in her feet. Her feet were swollen, and I actually took her to the hospital in Bangkok. A lot of people do not know that. Just found that in public, in the group, and she was so, and I need to salute her and honor her on this call, because she was determined to win besides me, because she knew my dedication to make it happen for our family. She was so determined to win that she, and I don't know if you remember, Mr. Hartley, but we were also at the, because you and I, we took a picture. I don't know if you remember. We took a picture together, and Sharon could not walk, so she didn't want to stay at the hotel. She wanted to be at the event, and let me just charge my phone quickly because I got a message that the battery is low. I think it's connected now. It is connected. Yeah. So in this call, the brutal decision to break free from that bunch financial that poverty finance lands has its impact on everything in life. It will have its impact on your love life, your family life, your relationship with your children, being able to afford the lifestyle. So it starts with the brutal. I like the word, the brutal decision. Brutal, without how you say it, without apologizing. That brutal decision of making it happen for you and your family. You know, that's very important. That's very important. And with regards to the mentorship, the leadership, the team that you pack up with, the team that you join up with, the people that you join up with, you know, I decided a long time ago that I do not want to be acquainted to people who will tell me that I cannot. That I cannot. I do not believe in I cannot. And that's why I always teach my children that they can do and be everything that they decide to be. You know, and I cannot express my gratitude enough to Mr. Hartley, because what he does not know maybe is that I think it's 3 or 4 years ago, when I got a Skype call, I got connected to him via a Skype call. And I remember that day as if it was yesterday. I was sitting at my couch, and I was, Sharon and I, because we were so excited that, wow, the Mr. Hartley is Skyping me. You know, that was a big impact in my life. That was a big impact in my life. And that's why I will always honor you, Mr. Hartley. So, ladies and gentlemen, once again, don't take this for granted. Every Sunday night, the hour and the hours after that these mentors, these leaders are investing in us, you will not find this in the corporate world. Where in the corporate world will you find a manager or a director or a CEO that is going to invest time, energy to make sure that you succeed in life? Never. Never. So I'm humbled, I am blessed, and I'm privileged to be involved with all of you in this program, in this company, in this industry, and to be mentored by this quality of leadership. So thanks again, Mr. Hartley, and thanks a lot for the opportunity to be able to share a piece of my life with the group.
Well, it's an honor and a privilege, and you know, I like it when that smile comes up, because you have a contagious smile. We appreciate it. It's been an incredible night listening and having you share some very intimate and personal details, but very impactful for someone. I know, you know, as I always say, you know, it doesn't matter how many people are in attendance, but someone will hear this and be moved, and their lives will change forever. Okay. I want to encourage everyone, when the recording, the playback is made available, go back over it, because I'm sure you're going to hear something that Gordon shared that maybe you missed the first time, and then share it with the people that are on your teams, the people that you're developing, mentoring. Don't do it alone. I mean, trust me, myself, most of my partners, colleagues, most of us that made it to the top of this game, of this industry, we didn't get there by ourselves. We put in countless hours of watching videos and listening to audios. Matter of fact, today we have video, which is a lot easier. But I can show you my 160 gig iPod that I still travel with. I get on long airplane flights. You know, when I fly home, whenever it is I fly home, it's going to be 30 hours. Either, no matter how you slice it, it's going to be 30 hours. But I've got so many more hours of audio. Then now you got video. Guys, go through it, because that's all part of your developing your skill. And you never know. This may be the one call in the series that we've done so far that will encourage you to develop the skill to be happy and excited all the time. If this is the call, the skill to be excited and to be happy. So with that, guys, I want to thank each and every one of you for being on this call. And as always, I encourage you to come with me on this journey. Gordon, Stenhuijs, and I, and Sharon, and Marvin, and Anderson, we're on this journey to have every one of you meet us at the top. And you know why? You know why. You know why we got to get to the top. Because that bottom is way too crowded. All right, guys, have a great night.
Crowded.
And we'll see you next week. Thank you, Gordon.